This generation of women, I feel like everybody before us did what they had to so that we can be here. So I feel like we have this freedom and let's just enjoy it.
Did you have to go to therapy because of your friend's trauma?
Can I answer that?
Oh my god.
What's your most embarrassing insecurity? The one you hide with humor?
I cry very easily. I can't process anger, so it comes out as crying.
Finger on your lips, girls. Welcome to chapter 2.
Yay!
Okay, so I wanted the world to meet the 5 women in my life who have been very important and integral part of my life, especially my hard life. A friend in need is a friend indeed. If there's any example of those friends, it's sitting right here. 2020 was a difficult time in my life, as most people know. And like my dad says, if it weren't for these women, we would have never survived. And he says now we don't need a mandir in a house, we need a picture of these women in the mandir. So
I want to see it.
let's make it happen.
I want to see it
We will
framed.
put it up. And as annoying and irritating as they can be, they're also sweet and emotional at times. Hopefully we'll get to both parts of it. The first part I know you will address easily. But the second part, hopefully we get to it. And because I knew you guys are going to speak over each other, we have a little plan to start this off with. Inayat, can I get the bowl, please?
Oh no. Oh, you have to hold the bowl and
in your
speak?
seat
It's like one of those speaking
walking
sticks.
talking sticks, not walking sticks. There's questions in the bowl, and we pass the bowl on, and you answer the question, and of course we can all opine, which we will. I know you will opine. So
Let's start with Shibani, please.
what is it? I'm dying to know.
Did you have to go to therapy because of your friend's trauma?
Gee, that is mad.
Oh my god.
The right person got the right question.
Are we supposed to answer this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's actually when I started therapy.
Yeah.
In 2020.
You never went to Susan before that?
I went once, like years before that, and I think my journey with Susan regularly started very shortly after the situation.
I wonder which friend sent you to therapy, man. What a life story.
What a difficult one that is to crack.
knows?
But yeah, definitely. Yeah. And I've been doing it ever since, and we still talk about Rhea quite a bit. I have to also clarify that I I needed to go to therapy before your trauma, for
Fair.
sure, which is now our trauma. But I definitely needed, it was a realization that when I did my first session that there was so much to unpack, and that reaching that kind of boiling point in 2020 allowed me to see that there was a lot to unpack.
All right.
What's the best relationship advice you received?
The good advice is don't try to see the potential in somebody. Like them for what they are.
Oh.
Yeah.
This
I think
sounds
that-
like a Rhea thing.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I like that one.
Yeah.
Maybe I can use it. Pass it.
Don't try to see the potential. Yes.
Yeah.
That's like mine.
Let's see my fortune cookie. What's your toxic coping mechanism that becomes everyone's problem?
Yes, Nidhi. Please tell us.
Okay, so there's so many. I don't know which one to start with. I don't know. I think that the major one, the big one, is that I tend to not confront things as and when they happen, and I tend to build up and then blast one day, which is not very non-toxic. It's very toxic. So I think that's a big one, but I'm working on it. I think I've improved a lot, wouldn't you say? I've improved a lot.
So,
Yeah, no.
can you be honest
needs
and tell us?
validation
I think
from
so.
me.
I think so. I think she's been better
Yeah.
from 2015 to now. 100%. That's
Yeah.
good.
But what is her most toxic trait that affects other people?
Nothing actually. No, genuinely. I feel like she's our sounding board in that sense,
Yeah.
right? Like voice of reason, all of that. I don't think you have it. Like, not with us.
Also
Maybe
decade older
Tushar
than
will
you
have a
guys.
different thing to
Tushar
say.
will have
But
he
not
would have
us.
a, yeah.
Not us.
He would have a PhD on me,
Yeah,
on my toxic traits.
Yeah. What's something we still haven't processed from 2020, but we're keeping it funny because that's who we are.
Oh God, these questions are really funny.
Anisha,
Wow.
What are you all trying to
Not to unpack. in
What are
one
you
question.
trying to poke?
Wow. I don't want to process it, na? Which is why I haven't processed it. 2020 was a lot in general.
Just a tad.
It was it was a lot, and I don't think any of us have really gone there. I feel like we were just taking each day as it comes, and I
What
don't
were you
think
doing in therapy all these years? It's been 5 years since 2020.
But
I
she's
said
right.
all
We
in
haven't
therapy.
really.
No, but
gone
I
to
don't
the-
think
She's gone.
I don't think that even if you go to therapy and you discuss it,
yeah.
you're almost just trying to talk about it and get through it. But
Yeah.
it's like it sits so
can't
deep that
process
you
it.
cannot that you've almost sometimes you wipe out the memory of what happened. Because I remember just on a day to day, like Anisha said, it was just trying to get through the next day, the next
Yeah.
day, the next day.
Yeah.
And so now, if you think about the accumulation of however many months it was pretty much the whole year. I don't even understand or remember what we were doing or how we got through it.
Yeah.
It's very
It was
difficult
like
to unpack
Groundhog
that.
Day almost. Anyway, you're supposed to answer this question.
No, I mean, I just
But give me
know
an
that-
answer.
No, I just know. I mean, I don't want to get there because I really feel like it was
A lot.
it was a lot, and I think we did what we had to, and I don't know where that courage or where whatever came from, but it did, and we just knew that we had to be there. I think that is what was on everyone's mind. That this is what we have to do. Everybody's roles were defined in that sense. Everybody knew what they're tackling.
It's like we came to the
But-
office every day and
Yeah,
just did our
yeah.
But I
So,
really
like-
feel that Shibani is really out of, at least I don't know Anusha, but
No,
I
no,
think.
I was in LA.
Yeah, no, I don't know
She
if you
was-
have
she was
actually
different.
unpacked this, even though you were in LA, you were still there, like you said, in spirit, you
was-
were on the phone
yeah, yeah.
all the time. Anyway, but like Shibs has still done a little bit of a deep dive, I think, but I think we have not been able to touch that too much. It's too much to unpack and too much to feel.
I think I'm
and-
still on childhood now. I got to 20 to 50. You know, it's just started
No,
therapy
I'll
only
agree
a
with
couple
you.
of
I
years
don't
ago.
think I've ever gone
Yeah.
because I spiraled.
Yeah.
I mean, I would call her every day, and she would protect me, and so would Mithun,
Yeah.
who was with her, because I'd call him every
Yeah.
day to say, "What's happening now? What's happening now?" And they would just kind of cover it for me, but then I would see it all over the news, so it's just, and then I couldn't call her. It was, so I can't imagine
Yeah.
when you're actually there in the country,
Yeah.
how much worse. So for them to cover it up for me was
Yeah.
nice, but it was like now I'm like
Also, at a point, it wasn't even cool to kind of announce that these were the people who were supporting me, right? I feel like today I'm sitting in a place where, like, I want to be like, you know, I survived the storm. Yes, people keep telling me you're strong and you're this, but like, I only survived it because there were certain people who were in my life, which is the people here. And that is so freeing for me to be able to say that out loud. Like, this was my crew. Like, these were the people who supported me, and it's not going to create a backlash for you guys. I couldn't even imagine a day that this would be possible.
But I
right?
think people knew.
Yeah, they knew.
I mean, I think after
not-
we posted that one thing, it was pretty obvious.
But I think
feel
Shibs
like-
got the major backlash
did.
because she was
She
the
was the
celebrity front
face,
of
yeah.
this,
Yeah.
so she got the
also
face
when,
of the revolution.
also I remember
You were the face of the revolution. I was your sidekick.
Robin.
I also remember when we posted, then Shibani told me and Apeksha to take it down. She said because they're already attacking her,
Yeah.
then they started with me, and then we didn't want it to go to our parents also. So then she told us delete it, but I didn't want to because it was right.
Yeah.
And it was just such a, her being the big sister, everyone trying to do their roles. She's our little sister. You know, it was all very confusing, but here we are.
here we are.
Deep question.
Very
It's
deep.
too soon.
Seven
And we went
people
too
answered.
deep too soon.
It's the only way to calm you guys down. Remind you of the trauma.
I'm scared. What's your most embarrassing insecurity? The one you hide with humor?
Who's written these questions?
I know, man. It has to be Rhea and
Yeah,
Shovik.
it's probably Rhea.
Shovik's not part of this.
Then it has to be you. Only you
Yeah.
know these are
I mean, it's everyone's, isn't it?
kind of.
Oh, what's my most embarrassing insecurity? You can answer that one.
I know, but let's see what you know.
No. What is it?
You know, just
House
Yeah,
help for
just
where
answer
you
it.
are.
I think your insecurity? Being alone.
Yeah. Yeah, that was my,
Loneliness.
yeah.
It was, you're overcoming
I've
it.
overcome it, yeah. I think so, which is why I'm like on this, let me do everything alone now.
You've gone to the other extreme.
I've got to the other extreme.
Embarrassing insecurity.
That's not embarrassing to me.
Yeah,
I think
that's
my
not
embarrassing insecurity is me being a people pleaser. I think that's embarrassing because then I go the extra mile to do things and then I get shat on and then
You get disappointed,
then I get
yeah.
disappointed and
Fair.
that's an embarrassing
Yeah,
insecurity
fair.
as everybody has noticed. So
Well done.
You're not answering any?
No. Oh. It's my podcast.
Not fair.
It's me, podcast. The questions are for you.
Oh, we're doing another round?
Yeah.
You have to get through all the questions.
We finished this.
This is rigged. Like, I'm only getting the answers.
What is it?
I don't know why I don't listen to Rhea when she gives me advice.
oh my God, what?
That's supposed to be a question.
That is insane.
Question?
This is Joker. This is the Joker in the pack.
Okay, and I got it.
And you got it.
You're just getting all the right questions.
I'll have to keep this one. So do I pick up another one?
Just remember that.
I don't need to pick up
No,
another.
you can.
What's
Yeah.
your most loyal toxic trait?
This was a very banging person it's come to. That you may go so far in your loyalty of a friendship that even when the other two friends start talking to each other, you may still be.
Oh,
wow,
shut
what?
down.
Guys, Wednesday.
My question shut down the
I
studio.
just want to, this was just gold, you know. That the question was hers and she just looked at me and you started answering. It was amazing.
Like, immediately.
The lights have never gone off in the studio.
All of us in one room together, we need seat belts.
We're still rolling, right? Let's roll. Let's continue. The lights. There's some light on us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, what's my loyal toxic trait? I feel it's a toxic trait, right? I feel it is my deep, constant need to tell people what to do.
Well done. Well done.
That
Well done.
Oh my God.
And I am number one.
But
I'm number two.
so 2026 for me is not my monkey, not my circus year.
Nice.
Nice.
Love it.
Damn.
We're free. Love it.
Yeah, but I
More
mean,
power.
it's like a deep-rooted thing. I grew up this way, you know? Like, it's
Yeah.
my environment. So I've always, like, had to be the fixer and the fighter. And,
Eldest,
also
eldest
the
and
sibling.
just constantly, like, you just fall
Yeah.
into this role from such a young age
Yeah.
that you don't know when to stop or how to stop because now it's like second nature.
Yeah.
So even before the whole Rhea thing happened, we weren't in touch every day. Like, I'd see her when I saw her. And then suddenly when you're in a problem, like, I'm there and I'm telling you what to do and how to do it and yelling at you and you have to do it this way and you have to do it that way and forget about this and do it like, so that is my, it comes from a place of loyalty, but it's a very toxic trait.
Your toxicity saved me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can we take two? Oh, the lights are back on. What have you guys done? The lights have never gone in the studio. I've shot 20, 30 podcasts.
Powerful presence.
I'm not going to say what I said.
Buzzing.
What's one conspiracy theory you believe for no reason?
This went to the wrong person. You know, Sam, after
Yeah, I should just pass
No, no.
this. Can I switch
No,
question?
no, we're not. This
Yes,
is not for me.
Because
She
I don't
picked it up.
believe in
It's for
conspiracy
you, it's
theories.
meant for you.
Liz, you should answer
We
this.
can do this.
I don't know if I believe, but yes, a deep dive into a lot of conspiracy theories.
You have guts.
I don't believe, except for that 1, 2, 3 thing.
Please tell us. Please tell them. They don't know, only me and Anisha know.
1, 2, 3 things.
So basically, I was shooting for a film, San Ki Aankh. It was like, I think 11:30 at night or something. And I went to wash my face after the shoot in the washroom. And I saw a very clear 2 on my forehead. It was bizarre. Like, there was a 2. And it was a line. It was not like it was my own skin line. It was not something that had made, it was there. The 2
A
was
wrinkle
there.
in the form of a 2.
Yeah, it was there for like almost a year. So at that moment when I saw 2 and then when I paid attention, it said 2 and 3. It was very clear and I sent a picture also. And Shovik I did a video call also.
you
and
drunk?
No, I was not. I came back
Are
from
you
the
drunk?
shoot. I'm just, what you say,
slept wrong.
intoxicating. But listen.
So what was the theory?
Honestly, Shovik, I showed it to him also. I was freaking out. That what is this 2x3? I was not getting it. So first, before I did the video call and before the freak out happened, I was researching that what is this 2, 3? Why do I have a random sudden 2, 3 appearing on my forehead? And I don't know how. I did come across this article which I could never find again, but I'd sent it to you guys that day, which said that as per the, okay, this is out there. I don't believe it. In the moment I believed it, don't judge me. But it said that aliens, when they're going to abduct someone,
No.
They came and they stamped you.
they stamp you with a number.
Aliens, when they're basically, I've heard this conspiracy theories, so
No.
you're so happy. You believe in the same.
I just love it.
Anusha's like, one more like me.
So I was like, aliens is
I was just like, that's a really good one. That's a really good
It's really
That's
good.
amazing. I wouldn't ever
love
think of
that.
But we're still here many years later, and the aliens have not
and I don't
come.
want them to come, please.
You don't? Nidhi's still here too.
Not to abduct
Go?
me.
I'd love it. Let's go.
Who in this room intimidates you the most and why? One.
It can just be a personality type.
Shibani then. Shibani then. But also, I mean, I've known Shibani for years. Like,
Yeah.
since I was genuinely
Yeah.
a kid.
Yeah.
I've met you because of her.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm guessing just by virtue of that.
Fair.
Because she's always been like much, like the like we
Younger
met when she was a
person?
beer.
Yeah, I was
Why do
like,
you intimidate young girls?
Chips, what's up?
no, I was.
Look, our relationship started as
A working relationship.
yeah, it was a working relationship, right? So, and she was my stylist, so that will always be a very intimidating thing by accident almost,
Yeah,
because
that's true.
you're bringing in things, hoping that somebody likes them. You're trying to gauge what their personality is
Also,
like,
listen,
expression.
I've answered this question because I was forced to. If
Yeah.
I had to pick somebody.
Yeah.
But I mean now because
But I must say, when you had to pick a name, you found a name really. I was like, if I have to say, then Shibani then. It's like, okay.
What's one thing someone in this group did or said to you that you'll never forget, even if they forgot?
It could be good also.
You got scared.
Very
Never thought.
Let me.
You were like,
Control
this
my
is
answer.
gonna be bad.
Guys, I'm trying to control the podcast. It is my podcast. That is my job. Yeah.
Well, it's only going to be between the two of you.
So I say pick Rhea, it's her show.
No, pick Shibani for sure.
No, to be honest, like if I'm going to be really honest, I wasn't talking to Rhea when everything happened. We were not friends so much. And for me, it wasn't a second thought. Like, not talking is one thing, but when you know there's a lie being put forward, you know that your friend is in trouble, whatever, you forget all the small shit. And I went right to her door
Fair.
before I was leaving, and it was like none of that mattered anymore. And it was like, I'm here.
But
I'm
you know, to
standing
add
here.
to your point, Shibs, she had said something very similar to me. You had asked me a question. I don't know if Farhan had asked you this, somebody had asked you this, that why did you feel the need to go and defend Rhea at that point of time when the whole world was telling you all to back off? And Shibs asked me that, did you think you had a choice? And I said, no. And that's it. All of us, it was not even an option. It was just what we had to do.
I don't think it was what we had to do. I think it was
I mean, it was
the
natural.
only thing
the only
to
way.
do.
Yeah, it was the only way.
Not
thing is
because
that
it was right or
coming
wrong.
from a place of knowing her so well, there was no doubt in any of our minds. So then you just act accordingly.
Yeah, there was no other way.
There was
This
nothing
the
to
only way.
think through and like figure out, oh, could she have done something? There was nothing to contemplate.
Yeah.
You know she's not done anything. You show up. You don't have a choice. You're there. You have to be there. I think I'm done with these two. I think we should move on.
Yeah, I think we should move on.
Sam?
When was the last time you cried and about what? Yesterday. I cry very easily.
I was going to be like
an hour back.
this morning.
I cry very easily. I can't process anger, so it comes out as crying. I can't process. If I even say rude things to someone, I'll start crying. So I
that's
cry.
sweet.
Yeah,
You're sensitive.
Yeah, so I think like I process emotions in one track only. Either I'm laughing or I'm crying. There's no in between. You know, like if you tell me to fume at someone, it won't happen. It'll come out as tears. You know, so yesterday I cried because I just got my period.
Fair.
So I was just
emotional about. You are no stranger to this.
Yeah, I was just emotional that I wanted to.
You'll just make someone, Shibani will just make someone else cry when she's
Yeah,
got a
same.
period.
That's me.
She'll be like, you. I got my period, you you cry?
I was just like irritated that I wanted to eat ice cream, but I shouldn't eat ice cream, and then I really want. It was stupid.
And then you cried.
Yeah, it made no sense.
Did you eat that ice cream finally?
No, I didn't. I'm so proud of
Today
myself.
we'll get
though.
you one.
That's
We'll
a-
get
No,
you
no,
Get
I
you
don't
ice
want ice cream. I'm so proud of myself that I controlled.
Very
I'm a
good.
yoga teacher, guys. I have to control.
Sweet.
But periods is valid, man.
Yeah.
That shit is messes you up.
Yeah.
What's something your therapist said that you keep revisiting? Many things, but wait. What did my therapist say that I
One great thing that your therapist said that.
A good thing. you
Yeah.
mean?
No, it can be bad too.
I think something that I keep, I hold as, I don't know, it just stuck with me. I don't know if I keep revisiting, but something that stuck in my head was, you all know, when I was functionally depressed for a long time and all of that, and I didn't understand when I had weed, I was feeling a lot of things. I was feeling a lot of emotions. And my therapist, the thing that she told me is that when you have numbed yourself for a long time in life, and that's your newly calibrated nervous system, that's how you respond to anything. It's like by a flat line, you don't want to feel anything, and suddenly when something like this happens, childbirth, it's the kind of joy that you can't contain, and when that emotion comes out, then one emotion, then basically it's like blowing the lid off a pressure cooker, and all the emotions come out. I'm in my late 40s now, and this is the time.
You had a baby at
yeah,
40.
I had a baby at 40. So I just feel that a lot of women go through this phase when you come into your 40s where you suddenly feel very empowered with yourself, but you also shut down so many parts of yourself that in your 40s you don't feel like hiding anymore. But I feel like for genders specifically, the genders that have been oppressed, when they come into their own, it's very difficult to find a balance. First you'll go all out, right? Claiming your power. Then you settle finally. I think that stayed with me a lot.
Wow, that's very well said. Probably the only like podcasty kind of conversation.
Also, because none of us have given childbirth.
Positive,
So,
Anna.
Yeah.
thank you for that insight. Has it scared us more?
Have you ever blocked someone? Who was the last person you blocked? Yeah, of course. I've blocked a lot of people.
You don't have to speak about the friend's name, but
Yeah.
why don't you tell us what was the non-negotiable of yours, that what boundary was broken that made you want?
I feel like some girl friendships don't take honesty really well. And sometimes you might want to tell them things that they actually already know, but they need to hear. And I think I did that. But it was completely misconstrued, and I became the enemy. And then that was me drawing a line for myself, saying, okay, then I don't want to indulge with this person anymore, because I was coming from a really, really clean place. And I said whatever I said for her, but she didn't take it well. So
I don't know
it
if it's
doesn't matter.
40s, but I feel like I have great abandonment issues, and I learned to overcome those through friendships also. If they're not staying, it's okay. Because I would like try to
It is
hold
the
on to
40s.
everything,
Yeah.
whether it's a friendship or a boy or a family member or whatever. Now it's like, if you need to leave,
yeah.
then open the door.
Yeah.
Because if
Yeah.
you keep trying to hold them inside, you're only losing yourself
Yes.
further and further into the
What you
ground.
resist persists.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you know, also to add to Anisha's point, what she said, when I think this honesty and this conflict, I feel, which is my personal learning in my 40s, is that conflict is very often in female friendships, or actually any friendship, misconstrued for disrespect.
Yeah.
Conflict is not disrespect. It is
Yeah.
something that you can resolve and move forward, and people just have such a strong reaction to conflict. Like somebody has just ripped you apart, but no, it's not that. Once you make that mental shift, I think you can move on much faster.
No, and also sometimes I feel like when I did reflect on whatever, maybe she just wasn't ready to hear it.
Yeah.
So who the fuck am I to say anything?
Right.
You know? And if I did, and it didn't go down well with her, and she's taking her space, and that's fine. That's okay.
Maybe you'll, a year from now, 2 years from now, it'll be fine.
Yeah, if it's
You
meant
don't
to
know
be.
if it's meant to be,
yeah.
I also let a best friend go, and honestly, she tried to come back, but not through ego.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to go back because my journey was over now.
Yeah.
I thought we're not healthy for each other
Yeah.
anymore. It's okay. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm really proud of myself because I don't normally do that.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay,
Let's
I'll
add
come
it to
back to you.
lifelines today.
What's one wish you have for every woman in this circle for the next year? That's such a nice way to end.
That is a nice question.
Judgy.
That's
Oh, wait,
I'm
wait.
not judgy. I just
Judge Judy.
Judgy.
Judge Judy.
I just don't do the.
She's not girly uncomfortable.
Yeah, you sounded like you're in pain.
Yeah, it's really.
When I hear you guys do that,
Do I?
Yes.
yeah, let's go for it.
First, starting with Rhea, I wish for your chapter 2 to be the best chapter of your life. Oh, I'm gonna get emotional. That's so
God.
weird.
I'm feeling uncomfortable.
Sorry.
Aww.
She's like, I'm feeling uncomfortable.
I want the world for you. Sorry. I didn't even have my period.
Okay, that makes sense.
I don't have it. Oh, you don't have it.
Oh, you're not like period. Oh, I thought this was
So now it doesn't make sense.
Sam, maybe you were rubbing over. No.
Maybe because I'm not crying, you're getting it.
No, I cry all the time.
So,
Are you gonna cry too?
I mean, if she's going to cry, I'm going to cry.
Are you going to cry too? What the hell is going on?
I mean, she's going to cry, I'm going to cry, right?
I think it's unfair to think that you have to be strong all the time and brave all the time and all of those kind of words that may seem encouraging, but it's a lot of pressure for somebody also. I can't imagine what you've gone through for yourself, but I'm glad that you have this. But I want so much more for you in your chapter 2, not just the clothes, but in every journey that you have. And I want you to always tell yourself now, that's gone. Okay, this is what's forward. So go there. Go there.
Sweet.
You said all.
That was sweet. You said the oh.
Yeah,
She
You got it
said
now?
That give us 1 more hour. We will transform.
I know.
that's
I said we just need 1 more hour with you.
But just the last thing is, chapter 2 should mean one thing more to you. You never turn back on a book. You always move forward. So please let that go now. Throw it in the fire. It's over. I just want you to know that that's the way forward, okay? Because I'm so, and I know everyone keeps saying they're so proud of you, they're so proud of you, and we are, but also know you're deserving of it. So that's actually better than just saying you're proud. Just say you're deserving of it.
You're so sweet sometimes.
I think for Shibani, not only are you working on yourself, but I think, thank God, so we
Right up
can
now.
call you.
Anisha just went. Where's this going?
No, I wish that you have a very happy life in your family and in your success and in your work and everything. And I know you put all of your passion in there, but I think sometimes you should just take some time out for yourself.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
And learn to do that. Yeah.
Thank you.
You girls, I don't know you as well, but if
Yeah.
I had to collectively say to you
something.
girls, I think you're all on a journey of what I've noticed of honesty with yourselves and being real to who you are, and don't let the periods take over. But just stand up for what you believe. If I've learnt anything, I've learnt to have a voice and speak up for myself and kind of ride that journey. So don't be afraid. Hold on to that and just, have a great life. You deserve it too.
Thank you. Really sweet. Really sweet.
Okay, guys, let's
That's
not getting
the
weird. Yeah, while I
The
cry.
ball is under the chair.
I'm like,
I thought that was the last round.
yeah, it is the last round.
Oh my God.
Okay, guys, this was amazing. I didn't realize we'll go from laughing, roasting, tears, almost a fight, making up.
Just a regular day in our lives.
Like, it's amazing. But you know, the reason for me to want to do this episode with all of y'all is to every time I have a conversation with Shibani or with you guys or with you, I'm like, this should be on camera. Like, this conversation should be what other women can hear, because I feel like today as women we have so many beautiful different thoughts, agency, we're thinking for ourselves, we're challenging our conditioning, yet we're like sharing our own perspectives from our lives with each other. And what I find beautiful is like I have Shibani who never thought she wanted to get married and got married in her late 30s, right? Like, it's against the norm.
Yeah.
Samiksha's never been a person to be like, I want to get married or I want to have a kid. Like, it's just like, I want to go with the flow. Like, she was a lawyer, then she became like a yoga teacher.
Wow.
And like, that was insane, right? Like, and now she's doing so well. You decided to have a baby at 40 and you're like, I'm going to have a baby. Doctors told you might not be able to feed your child. You might not lactate at that age. And she donated
About 100 liters.
100 liters of milk Nidhi has donated to mothers who could not feed younger mothers. So I'm like, it's all against the norm. And like, I just feel like that was so important for people to kind of see and understand. Anisha has been through so many different, life cycles in terms of evolution. She has gone from like probably the conditioning that is the most innate conditioning from women to completely flip it over and be like, you know what, I can be on my own and I can be my own voice and I can speak up for myself, and that journey has been so beautiful. Anusha has gone from like, I want to be friends with everyone and like you said, people please everyone, to, you know what, I don't care if you want to walk out, let's open this door and let's leave. And recently she even told me that like a really cute footballer was texting her and she was like, not right now.
Boundaries.
And I'm like, wow. I'm like, you really have. So I feel like there's a lot of evolution in this circle of women, and female friendships create that comfort space. So we can now talk about anything that you guys want to talk about.
I would just like to say to women, if you're learning to have boundaries, trust me, it's like peeling skin. It's so uncomfortable. But the line that I've learned to love this year is get uncomfortable to get comfortable. Absolutely. And I have only got uncomfortable with myself the entire year to shed everything that I thought I knew as a child, as patterns, as cycles, and I was just looping it again and again and again until I crossed over a very, very big mountain for myself, and I realized, oh, this is okay? I can be here now? Okay, let's try and do this way.
I feel like the one question though that a lot of women speak about, and we have a lot of women viewers and a lot of younger women viewers, is dating, men, relationships, what is the right age to get married, biological clock. And I feel like I personally go through that pressure a lot where I'm just confused. Like, I'm 33, I have dreams where I'm birthing children, so my biological clock is ticking away. And then I have a life where I've just started a brand and I'm like, okay, I actually can't have a child right now, even if I was with the right partner, because maybe I should be just building this first, because children are
do
expensive.
whatever you want to do.
Yeah. But I feel like that do whatever you want to do comes with a lot of life experience, and you only get there.
But you
over
know
a
what,
period of
I
time.
was
think
like,
so. I
when-
think when you have an idea of what it is that you want from your life, you just go for it. And is there ever really a right time? Like, can you really like plan things like, I'm going to build my business for 3 years, then I'm going to get married at 35, and then I'm going to have a kid at 37.
Plans don't work.
You
The
do
right
what
time
you want
when
to
you're
do.
ready.
I don't think owls do.
You have to be ready.
Yeah, some people really kind of go with a plan, but I think we've been really lucky that our parents were never, you have to get married. When are you going to have a kid? When are you going to... I've never heard that in my life. So for me, being single even now is not like my parents are nudging at me because both my sisters are married. So it's like, now you. I actually have never heard that. So the pressure is absolutely not there.
Yeah. I mean, it's there in different ways.
there.
They're in society.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah,
not.
but I feel
My
so-
parents have never pushed me either.
I feel like this generation of women, I feel like everybody before us did what they had to so that we can be here.
Yeah.
And finally, I feel like we're doing everything that they wanted to do.
Yeah.
So I feel like we have this freedom and let's just enjoy it.
And that's just exactly what it
Very
is. I
well
feel
said.
like if your plans start to feel like you're feeling like constrained in any kind of way, you have things that you have on your list of dreams and things that you want to do, just do them. I don't think that there's, if you want to have a baby, have a baby. If you want to get married, get married. If you want to build a business, build a business. If you want to do it all at once, do it.
And also,
Because
like-
you will figure it out. Like, I never thought that I was going to get married, ever, because that wasn't a part of my plan necessarily, not because I was against it in any way, but I just was not the type of person who ever grew up thinking that I can't wait to get married and live that way. But then when that time Farhan, as my boyfriend, proposed to me, I said yes. And it was a very easy, organic decision, and it felt right. And the marriage is amazing and it feels right. And I don't know, if I had been proposed to before that by other people that I had dated, it would have been different, because maybe I would have said yes, maybe I wouldn't have, depending on where I'm at in my life and what it is that you want. But suddenly when things happen in your life, you just know when you're ready. Like, I never thought about it before that point. And when he asked me, I knew. So then you just go for it. So it wasn't part of my plan.
I think to that point as well, a lot of us women also, boys, men think, oh, these girls must be desperate to get married. And I would just like to say to that, well, we would have then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we have dated and we've had I'm sure we've all dated
opportunity.
somebody that
Yeah.
wanted to marry you, and you didn't. So to the men that think because we're older and we must be just desperate to get in there, get married, have babies, then we would have done it.
Yeah. Before I forget, for the younger, like you said, you have a lot of younger girls who watch this, and I'm not from Bombay, right? I'm from a small town. I'm from Chandigarh. From where I come, most of my classmates were married in their 20s. They all have teenage kids, whereas I have a 6-year-old, not even 6. He's gonna turn 6. So what I did was it's not what is expected. It's not the norm, but this needs to be normalized because the world has changed. We are in the workforce now. We have careers now. We dare to dream. We dare to achieve those dreams. That has also delayed the average age of having babies, and that is something that needs to be normalized and not scoffed upon. I have a very healthy, very good looking. I was gonna say.
Which he is.
That too.
The cutest.
Okay, I have a very healthy, very wholesome child, and I have a very full life. I have a career that I'm happy with. I have a marriage that I'm very happy with. I have a baby. I'm 47. I'm fucking killing it. So don't let age stop you.
It's just okay now, you know, for people to live this way. I mean, it's not a necessary institution unless it's something that you want or something that you find. There's no pressure.
There's no pressure.
Get married if you want to get married. Have a
But
baby if you want to have a
there
baby.
is a biological clock, whether we like it or not. The truth is that for women, there is a biological clock. Okay, yes, it may not be 25 like we were once told.
Yeah,
It
there
may
is
be 40, it may be
Yeah.
42, it may be 45, you know, but there is a clock. And men don't have that clock.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, they believe they
lose
don't
their
have a
sperm
clock.
count.
See something? Yes,
They
of course
believe they don't have
They
a
believe
clock.
it.
I mean, for a man
They
at
may
50,
not have a
it's-
biological clock, but they do have a clock that kind of determines how active they will be
Sure.
as parents.
See, but they don't have to carry a child, so it's like it's easier. I mean, they
Yeah.
they can come up with, they can decide later.
No, I feel like women put a lot of pressure on themselves for this.
If a man
That's what I'm
decides
saying,
that,
the pressure
I
is
want to have
there.
a child, he can. It's not going to be as hard as a woman in her late 40s to decide.
Yeah.
Or even like in your 30s. The pressure that I'm feeling is that I have friends and I have seen the difference in age and how difficult it gets. And for some it's easier, for some it's not. And I don't know how my body will be. And then for men, it's just that much easier.
Yeah.
That's
having the baby,
that's
you just freeze your eggs. For me, that really gives
Yeah.
me the mental peace.
I
But that
froze my
is-
eggs. I told her to freeze them.
I'm at the doctor. I'll do it in Jan.
Yeah.
December is not the time.
I froze my
Gone
eggs.
from a podcast conversation to us being at
freeze
home.
your eggs.
But this is a great
But
conversation.
this is a great
I would like
conversation.
to say-
Rhea comes to me one day and she's like, Sam, we have to do this one thing. I'm like, okay.
Like a group
Like, we're
activity.
gonna go, yeah. I was like, okay, do your nails, because she always calls me for something like that. And she was like, let's go freeze our eggs. And I'm like, that's not like going and like,
No, I just
you
feel
know.
like, because I heard it from
No,
like
it's
Shibani, Anusha, Nidhi. I'm like, I heard it. You guys did it before me. And you were like, just do it. And it's going to take the pressure off. And I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
The thing is that a lot of women get flack for freezing eggs.
I did it at 35, and it's probably 2 weeks of your life that'll
Yeah.
feel very
the pressure off, right?
Woo!
Yeah.
And I have to say that I guess I got my mum's fertility right. I opened my eyes after I'd done it, and I looked up, and there's the doctor and all these nurses standing around me. Dr. Pai, very good. And I'm like, why are you all smiling? Like I didn't give birth to anybody. I got 23 eggs. So I got 23 eggs, guys.
No competition.
23. So if you want one, I'm happy to
Yeah, I
No
told her, I said, see, the Dandekar gene cannot be
The Dandekar gene is good.
It cannot go extinct. It's a very good gene. Personality-wise, there are some issues with it, but
You have to cut that out.
We are blessed to be in this part of the world
Era.
where this is a normal conversation.
Yeah.
I teach so many people where I teach yoga, this is not a normal conversation. For them, freezing the eggs is literally
Really?
like, oh, I'm giving up. I'm giving up on a relationship.
No,
or
given her crowd.
Naturally. No, there are different people who come. Just because
It's also
you
a
can
privilege.
Yeah.
Listen, you know, when I was donating milk, how many people
Yeah, it's a
yelled
mindset.
at me and gave me like hate that you're doing something unnatural. I'm like, those kids
You
need
can
the
be
milk.
from
I'm
So
saving
we can
lives.
eat cow's milk. We can drink cow's milk,
Yeah.
but we can't drink a mother's
Yeah.
milk.
But you can be from South Bombay and still have the mentality that my kid, this is not natural, this is not a natural way.
Fair.
And I have heard that, you know. So we are blessed to be in that space where even my mom will be like, yeah, you know, maybe you should think about it.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't, like you said, young viewership. So we are talking as if everything is so normal. It's actually not in the larger.
Fair.
No, it is a bit of
scale.
a fight, but
It
I
is a
think-
fight. We've
yeah.
come here to
We
normalize
are
things
in
for
a very
ourselves.
privileged.
But that's why I said we need to normalize all of these things, so it takes the pressure off for women. We are, like she said, privileged to be in a city, in an environment where we all are very, very progressive compared to the rest of the country. It'll take time, but it has to start somewhere, and we're
I'm
starting.
just saying, if anyone wants an egg, I have
I
some.
am 23.
Okay, on that very lovely note, guys,
It's
I
not
think
a
we've
dress to
covered
borrow.
everything from therapy to egg freezing to donating milk to
Absolutely nothing to do with it.
to someone willingly wanting to donate her eggs if anyone needs really good genetics and all of that. I think this has been an episode that wrote itself. And that's what Inayat, our producer, and I were discussing before you all came, that I don't think we need to prep any questions because it's going to write itself.
Just
Thank
like
you
our
so
lives.
much for being on chapter 2. And this is the season finale. And what are we doing with you guys?
Happy New Year, everybody.
Couldn't have done the last year without you, can't do the next without you.
We love you.